It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
Absolutely. What is the group called? Breaking the Silence. Survivors Get Loud. Yeah, but allows people to come forward to share their experience with childhood sexual abuse. So founder Lisa Jackson, she joins us here now on the Joe Padula Show. Hey, don't forget to subscribe, click like, definitely hit those hearts, whatever you got to do, and comment. Let's see what you got to say. But definitely share it on your timeline, all right? We need the help spreading the word because, yeah, we like to get shadow banned, I guess. Freaking social media. Those freaking tech giants with their suppression.
They don't like us.
No, but it's all right. It's all right. We're going to be okay. You know why? Because the truth
It's out there.
Hurry up, November 3rd.
It comes out eventually.
Eventually.
Yep.
What's up, Lisa? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Yeah, good. This group that you created, it's on Facebook. It's growing. You got hundreds of followers now, hundreds of people in it, and it continues to grow. Mm-hmm. Why? Why was it created?
Well, I am personally a survivor of child molestation myself, and I had several times that it happened to me over the years from 3 years old on and up. And growing up, you know, especially, you know, in the 80s, the 90s, there wasn't even like CPS, there wasn't, you know, some of these things that were even out there. So, you know, most of the time we were just silenced about, you know, what happened. And
personally, what happened to you, if you don't mind?
Yeah, I was within my family. You know, I had a couple uncles, babysitter, my dad's best friend, you know, who definitely...
How old were you?
My first offense was I was at 3 years old.
3?
Yeah.
I don't get that.
Yeah, and people think that you'll forget, but...
Right.
You know, you really don't. I remember going to my mom when she was, you know, I was 5, I believe, 5 or 6, and just being like, hey, whatever happened to Uncle Jimmy here? You know, and she just like, I didn't think you would remember that, you know. Yeah. And
so, he got caught.
Yeah, well, nothing ever happened with him. He basically, I was told, you know, well, he was only 13, and I was just like, 13,
right?
You know, because to me, when I was 3, he looked huge. He was a monster to me. But like,
that's amazing. The brain can remember that.
Yeah.
Even if it suppresses it for a while, you know. And that's another thing too that we focus on a lot in the group is that ties into that is teaching your children the proper anatomical words for their body parts. There's no shame in that. Mm-hmm. But, you know, when you've got someone's, you know, a kid coming up and saying, oh, hey, well, Uncle Jimmy touched my, you know, my flower.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, how do you know that means something nefarious? You know, so, and that's what happens a lot of times with kids is it's a lot of parents, sometimes parents don't want to focus on it. And other times the kid tries to come to the parents, but it just ends up slipping through the cracks. And that's how the cycle of abuse continues on and on for so many years for a lot of people.
What are some of the other situations that you personally had to go through?
Well, I mean, a couple of my child molesters were actually within my church group. And so, you know, I was always told, you know, God will take care of it. God's going to handle it, you know. But the one that actually did get caught, one of what I considered my big monster, he actually held me up against jets in a pool, and he ruined my bladder. So I've been ruined since I was 8 years old with, you know, I have a loose bladder. But when he got caught, not because I came out and said anything, but
you wouldn't tell, you wouldn't say anything.
Well, when I told when I was 3, you know what I mean, and nothing really ever happened with it. And
so, did you think this was a normal thing?
You tend to think, you know what I mean? You tend to think that, like, okay, well, I guess, you know, it's okay for Uncle Jimmy to do that. I guess it's okay for Dad's friend to do this. But I didn't tell, though, when I was 8 because I was told that no one would believe me. So,
or you're threatened a lot of times.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
and you don't remember.
Who's your dad going to believe, me or you, you know? And so you're told that a lot, you know, that no one's going to believe you, no one's going to, you know. So I didn't say anything, and that situation ended up coming out because we found out he was abusing more than just me. You know, he's abusing his own daughter. And he ended up going to a county jail for 17 months, even though he had a 5-year sentence. He got released that fast.
And that's another reason that a lot of times people won't come forward is because, and it's the same with the rape culture where, okay, you're victimized, and so you actually have the strength to come forward and tell an adult or an authority figure, and then you're you're basically made to be re-victimized going through the court system. Because it's just such our system, our judicial system, protects the offender, not the victim. And so that's why this group is really so important.
Proof, and it's like, how do you get proof? How do you give proof?
They
to
make you
something
relive
like
it,
that,
and these prosecutors will go through and they'll, well, what really happened? What were you wearing, or what did you do? And it's really a brutally gruesome process. And so with the group,
how'd you create the group?
Well,
how did that come about? How did that start?
Honestly, with all the hashtag Save Our Children and all that going around,
Yeah,
I just kept
big.
seeing memes. I just kept seeing hashtag.
Right.
And I just kept getting frustrated with this situation. I was just like, what is that doing? So.
Yes, what is that doing? What is that meme doing? Right, actually, right.
What is it really doing? And so.
And are you just doing it just to get likes? Right.
Right. So I kind of did some research and was looking around to see, is anyone talking? Is any survivors coming out? And. I really didn't see a platform of where survivors could feel comfortable and come out and tell their story, because I think that's what can make a change. If there's people who can say, I can relate to this, I never got justice, this is happening, this has been happening. This is not just new with the Hollywood elite. This is not some new thing, and honestly, the biggest thing is it's within our own families. That's the biggest thing, not just with Hollywood, so.
And that's what kind of makes it harder, because we're trained as children. You love your family. You don't want to see daddy get in trouble or mommy. I mean, hey, let's face it. We're talking from as being female survivors, but there's plenty of men out there too.
Yes.
And, that's one thing that we really try and reiterate in the group, is that, we're a safe place for everyone. It's not women. It's not, it's important for everyone to speak out, because the abused oftentimes will become the abuser. And so the idea is that we speak out and we break the cycle.
Now, what are some of the stories that maybe that the group that you guys have been a positive effect on?
So I mean, like she was saying, there's even been a couple of gentlemen that have come out and told their stories, and it, for us it was kind of like, whoa,
this is awesome.
This is great. This is great. And a lot of people have inboxed Jenna, inboxed myself just afterwards, telling their story, saying, man, I know no laws have been changed yet, but just to get that off your chest.
If we help one person, it's worth all the effort. And that's,
right.
And you were saying some of the positive effects. I mean, I know people have come to me and said, wow, I was suicidal. I felt like I was going to explode. And then I found this group, and I just wanted to say thank you. And we're doing this really cool thing where we're allowing people to tell their stories live with a staff member on the live, to sort of help them, just be supportive.
Yeah.
Sort of not an interview.
And this is on the group page?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anybody can do it. Yep.
Now if you got a story you got to tell, if you need to let somebody else know. Now, what about if they want to talk to you privately? What if they don't want to do it publicly?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
can.
that's something we've also expressed, that if they want to come, to us privately and tell their story, but not have their name involved in it.
Yeah.
But just a way of just being another voice out there. Then we definitely can do that. Because we're definitely about keeping their privacy, but at the same time we will be heard, because we plan events, rallies. You guys obviously brought us on here today, which was awesome.
Yeah.
So it's eventually we're going to, be heard for the children of the future. So the children of the past want to be heard, get healed, so that we can be out there and actually relate to what they go through.
And there's a process between, I want to say this too, that there's really a process between the changeover from the role of victim to the role of survivor.
Yeah.
Because we all start out as victims. Any one of us who has gone through this type of thing, you start out as a victim. And as you are able to share your truth and be heard by others, slowly but surely you build up that inner strength. And that's the earmark of a survivor versus a victim. When you're able to come out and tell your truth, even if it's anonymously, even if it's to one other person, that's when you've regained your sense of self and your sense of power.
Now, what if it's not somebody? What if it's a mother that is currently going through their child getting abused?
You mean like, is she the abuser, or she's witnessing it like the
Yep,
husband?
or a family member or something.
We're there to absolutely help however we can, even if the only way we are able to help is to provide a list of resources, or just be a comforting ear, or a pat on the back, an attaboy that says, "Hey, girl, you got this."
So you got the resources, you got the support, you got their back.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I get it.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Hey, definitely check out the link is right in this video. Okay, definitely check the group out. And even if it's not for you, maybe for somebody else, share that link with
Or
them.
even
You can
if
be
you're
an
a big
advocate.
supportive, yeah.
Great
even if you're
minds.
just a big supporter,
Yeah.
we definitely need all the support that we can get, because, like she said, sometimes it's very hard for even some of the new members to speak out or whatever. But just being supportive is perfect.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and also we're a private group. We are very, very heavily staffed and moderated. As Lisa said, huge on anonymity. So you come into our group, you don't have to worry about your story being shared, and or anything like that. So we're on it 24. One of us is on it 24/7. Huge shout out, by the way, to Heather and Sarah, and we have so many great staff members and Alexis, yes, so many that couldn't be here, but
Don't say that.
they're great.
Alexa thinks Alexis is.
Oh no, Lexi. Sorry.
Anytime Joe.
Oh God.
Oh, now you're anytime Joe.
Anytime, Joe.
Yeah, baby.
At least her voice went back to normal, didn't it? Yeah. Used to be like she got her something snipped, Hi, Joe. Right. Good stuff, Lisa.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right.
It's the Joe Padula Show. Bada bing. Clarksville's conversation.